guys, it is MissSimReno. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you are brand new, I'm very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And this one is for my save file, I think? I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm not sure yet. It could be for my save file, but kind of what happened. So I am in a little bit of a build slump, so I'm looking for suggestions on what to build. But when I am in a little bit of a slump, I end up going back to a style of building that I really, really love. So I have set it in only one of my other builds because I only have one other build on my channel that is a mid-century home, and I love mid-century style. Mid-century modern, like the mid-century style, all in all, is one of my favorites, and I can thank my mom for that because her entire house, like she recently redid it, and I mentioned this in my other build too. She recently, like over the past couple of years, redid her entire home with antiques, basically. So she got a bunch of mid-century pieces of furniture and like decor that she had kind of in her house growing up in the 50s and 60s. So it's really, really neat. It's kind of like being in a time capsule. It doesn't seem like it's bringing something back that has like died. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it seems very lively. It's very colorful. I love the style all in all. And I was really excited to use a lot of the Strangerville plants in the debug menu too, because I'm not in Strangerville too often. I'm also not in Oasis Springs too often. So I adored the landscaping in this build, and it is a very tiny mid-century home, and I did make it for an artist. So I was thinking that this sim may have actually just moved from San Myshuno. Maybe they were in the city and they wanted to get away from like the hustle and bustle, so they went out in the middle of the desert and bought this adorable little mid-century home, and this is just where they make their art and they kind of sell it from there. So maybe they're reasonably successful, and I was thinking it was just a single sim, and I was picturing a female sim, but it could of course be any sim that you would like. But I was picturing that she moved here from San Myshuno, and I really liked the idea, and it's a reasonably small home. I almost called it a tiny home, but it's not. It really isn't. It's not small enough, I don't think, to be considered a tiny home, but it is reasonably small. So we are already on the interior, and it is so bright. That is something that I wanted to accomplish in this build, is I wanted everything to be extremely colorful and extremely bright and happy and energetic, because it is such a small space. I didn't want it to seem like dark and cramped and dingy, so I think it came out pretty nicely. I did struggle a little bit with the wallpaper when I first got into the interior, because I didn't know what could match with the green door and the blue fridge, but I knew I wanted to use the blue fridge. I didn't want to change it. I didn't want to change the green door either, because it worked with the yellow siding that I put on this house. So I ended up going with something very neutral, and I think it worked. I don't know, you could of course always change it if you want to, but I end up going with this. To me, this is somewhat neutral. I know it's not literally like a neutral earthy tone, but it works with so many different colors because it is so bright and somewhat muted. So I thought it looked really nice here, and I just kind of put this little two-seater dining section here and put a painting above it. I was going to try to use one of these shelves and kind of make it look like there was a painting or a picture sitting on that shelf, but I ended up just putting up this huge one that we got with Get Famous, which I really like. I like some of the other swatches more, but I think this worked perfectly for what I was trying to accomplish. And even though the kitchen is reasonably small, it's of course fully functional. Didn't want to make a kitchen that wasn't. And I wanted to use that fence too, so that kind of sort of half wall there, it looks a little cramped, but I thought it looked okay at the same time. And I tossed a bookshelf in the corner here and pull out some decorations. So maybe the sim is actually on like a bowling league. That was my thought. So maybe that's her other hobby. I think she is kind of into photography as well as painting, but I feel like that's her weird kind of quirky thing. Not that weird is bad. I think that that's definitely a quirky thing about her, is that she is on a bowling league and she takes it super seriously. So she has that bowling trophy, and that's what she kind of does on the weekends, maybe when she's not working. I think she takes her work very seriously, but bowling is her thing, and that's actually something I've been meaning to make, is like a bowling alley. I don't have my Sims go bowling very often, and I've never tried to build a bowling alley, so maybe that's something I'll do. Ooh, guys, I might be out of my slump. I may have just decided I'm out of my slump, though I'm also running a poll over on Twitter right now I think it actually is like wrapping up today. I only made it like a 2-day poll. So if you do want to jump over there and vote on some of the things that I kind of posed for my next build, that would be awesome, because I definitely want to build things that you guys want to see. And those things that I entered for that poll are things that I have been considering for some time, and I have a lot of inspiration kind of built up to do. So I just haven't really worked it out, I guess, but I've been on Pinterest a lot, and I know someone asked about Pinterest and if they could follow me. So at the moment, it is my personal Pinterest. I'm not quite there yet in creating a bunch of different like Sims platforms. I was considering like a Sims Tumblr for custom content that I find, or a Pinterest where I just kind of pin a bunch of my inspiration pictures, but I'm thinking of doing that. I kind of just have to work it out and like make the accounts. So if I do make those accounts, I will definitely let you guys know, because I think it is a really fun way to connect with you guys too and kind of share ideas, and that way you guys can see where I'm getting these ideas too, because I'm not trying to hide anything at all. Like, I want you guys to see kind of where I get my inspiration from and where I may actually like take a house in real life and just build it in The Sims, because I think that's super fun. I was even considering a series like that at some point, but I ended up kind of going against it because it's not something that I wanted to necessarily keep up with. And I just need to say, I'm having so much fun, all in all, doing this stuff with you guys. And I know some of you want to see Let's Plays and stuff like that. And let me just say, I'm just so thankful for you guys, all in all. I really, really am. You're so, so wonderful. And I did just want to say, it's kind of hard sometimes though. So I do work a full-time job. I try really, really hard to get a lot of stuff out there for you guys because I love sharing it. And I will do my best to kind of keep that up and get stuff out there that you guys want to see. Doing the 3 challenges right now is actually really hard. I got very excited and just dove into all of the challenges, and I wanted to make sure I documented them, but it's gotten a little hard, so I'm just still trying to find I'm trying to find that balance, because I did mention in my last speed build too, I did start a new job, my schedule changed and all that stuff. So I just appreciate you guys bearing with me, and please keep giving me your ideas, because they make this 10 times more fun. They really do. They make this so much more fun to kind of do things that you guys want to see and kind of like combine ideas and stuff like that. So just went on a spiel there. All in all, I appreciate you. That's what my ultimate goal was in kind of going on that spiel, was that I appreciate you. But this build is actually almost over, so I hope you have enjoyed it, and definitely let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I actually may have been a little preemptive because I forgot about the outside, so ignore that. We actually had to go in the backyard too. So the backyard was actually super cute. I wanted to make her, I felt like the sim was very kind of like a free spirit, and I thought that it was kind of funny that she might sit in her backyard in a little kiddie pool. And I give her 2 lounge chairs as well and a picnic table if she does want to like eat outside. But the backyard was actually a little bit bigger than I had initially thought, which was kind of nice because this lot is really small. And I don't know, I just feel like this is her little oasis. Literally, it's an Oasis Springs. So I feel like this is her little oasis now that she's gotten out of the city, and it is quiet, and I feel like she's very much into the hot weather. But this is pretty much the end, so I will catch you guys next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You were just standing there with the wind in your golden hair. Didn't know your name, but I could feel it with every heartbeat, every time that our eyes would meet. Didn't know back then. And even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think that we could be together. Am I living in a fantasy, or is this for real? Never thought that you could fall for someone like me. Never thought that you could fall for me. Never thought that you could fall for someone like me. Never thought that you could fall for me. For someone like me. For someone like me.